A 10-year-old innocent girl gave birth to twins at the same time. How did this happen? Who did this cruelty? Who was the father of these children? You will get goosebumps after knowing this. Viewers, this incident is a true incident of Karachi City. As women of high standing, it is the responsibility of all of you to listen to this incident, understand it and pay attention and worry about it. This incident has been sent to us by Dr. Fakhra from Karachi. She says that my name is Dr. Fakhra. There have been many such incidents in life about which I would like to talk, but this story was of a little girl who not only troubled me a lot, but also made me obsessed with my daughters for the rest of my life. It was Monday when a woman entered my office with her 10-year-old daughter. When I saw this girl, I was surprised. The girl's stomach had grown to an unusual extent. When I saw the girl, I felt that maybe there was some disease, or the stomach was big because perhaps water had accumulated in her stomach. But when I looked at the mother of the child, there were tears in her eyes. "What is the matter, madam? Why are you crying?" After listening to me, she spread her arms in front of me. When I looked at her with a foolish look, she took off her sheet from her head and placed it at my feet. "Dr. Sahiba, for God's sake, save my honor." I looked at the mother of the child and I understood what the matter was. The 10-year-old child was pregnant, and now the mother of the child was telling me that I should save her life, that is, her honor, so that no one should know that her child was pregnant. I looked at her with disbelief and said that I would do her ultrasound. "No, Dr. Sahiba. There is no need to do the ultrasound. My child is pregnant. Can't you see? You are a doctor. You know very well that this is not the case, but I will have to see your child. I will have to see how the child is doing and what kind of pregnancy this was. Was there any cruelty or misconduct with her? This is injustice." I looked at the girl's mother and said, "No, I don't know about this. You can ask her. She has left no stone unturned to disgrace us." This woman said, looking at her daughter with hatred, then folded her hands in front of me and said, "If her father comes to know about this, he will bury her alive. Why does her belly look so big? Did your husband not see it?" Hearing my words, she wiped her tears and said, "No, they think that her belly is filled with water or she has got some infection. Anyway, my daughter's reputation is very good. She goes to read Quran Pak in her neighborhood. Not only is she ahead of all the children, but she also teaches other children. I mean, she teaches Quran Pak to children younger than her because she remembers Quran Pak very well. That is why no one can accuse my daughter of such a thing. Anyway, she is very young. This is her childhood. You should not think that I am her mother. I am supporting her. Rather, the fact is that our children live in a very good environment. They grow up well and they do not lack anything. The school environment is also very good. There are all kinds of facilities. There is no such issue with my daughter, but what can we do? It is Allah's will." Saying this woman bowed her head. I started getting suspicious because it could not have happened that without God, without any man, without any cruelty or excess, this child was born out of hope. Or else someone must have done some cruelty or excess. Otherwise it must be her mother's negligence. That is why this condition of her child is like this, I thought in my heart. I saw that her mother was avoiding my eyes. It seemed that her mother did not want to tell me the real thing. I told her that an ultrasound of your child will have to be done. Only then I will know which month your child is in and what treatment can be done for her. That woman agreed to get the ultrasound done. I started taking her child to the ultrasound room. The woman said, "Dr. Sahiba, I will also come with you." It seemed that the woman did not want to send the child alone with me. Maybe she did not want her daughter to talk to me. I found it strange, but in private clinics people throw such tantrums. If it is a government clinic, most people agree, but this does not happen in private clinics. Most of the patients are obstinate, and that woman wanted to come to the ultrasound room with her daughter. So I did not refuse her. She came to the room with me. When I started doing the ultrasound of her daughter, she was staring at the screen. What do you think? Do you have any hope then? I mean that my daughter's dignity will be saved. You see, let's not talk about dignity and disrespect. She is a small girl, and anyway, she has not committed any crime. So why are you putting only one thing on her head? Small girls are not interested in such matters. You have to keep an eye on the environment around your daughter. You have to find out with whom she is socializing. What does she do? Where does she go? Who lives with her, etc., etc. But along with this, you will also have to take care of your daughter. As soon as the ultrasound report comes, you will know what has happened to your daughter. I told this woman, although I knew everything. Reading the ultrasound was not a difficult task for me, but I still thought for half an hour, what should I tell this woman, lest she gets offended or starts beating her daughter. I talked to this woman politely and said, look, your daughter is going through a very delicate phase. At this moment, she can even die. That is why you have to take a lot of care of her. If you take care of her, then only her life will be easy. Anyway, you are the mother of the child. You are not an enemy that you will treat her so badly. Your child is expecting, and 7 to 8 months have passed since I carried her child. In such a situation, if I suppress your child, then it is possible that she may face problems for the rest of her life. At this time, we cannot waste her child. You should do one thing. Take your daughter with you and take care of her till the child is born. Illegal things should not be done, and anyway, nothing can be done with her now. Firstly, she is young, and on top of that, time has also passed. If the condition of your child is very critical, take care of her and take her home. I had assumed this woman by saying this, but she started crying and said, Dr. Sahib, what you are saying is impossible. Even if I take my child home, she will be buried alive in the ground before the child is born. Put yourself in my place and think. Tell me, if you were the mother of such a child, and she was born with such expectations, would your husband forgive you? The whole matter stops at the mother of the child. Everyone blames her upbringing. I cannot take her home in this condition. You tell me some solution, otherwise I will have no other option but to leave my child. I was shocked to see this attitude of this woman. Where will you go, leaving your child? Who is the support of your child other than you? She started saying, look, madam, I do not know this. If you have any solution, then tell me, because this child will die, or we will have to do some treatment for her. Saying this, the mother of the child started crying. Then I made an offer to the mother of the child. I told this woman, if you let your child stay at my clinic and do not take her home until the child is born, is it possible? She immediately said, yes. Yes, it is possible. I will tell my husband. I have sent my daughter to my sister's house. Sisters are like brothers. They will support me. She also knows what is the matter with my child. You tell me, how much money will you take for this work? That woman was ill and helpless. She was very worried for her daughter. I consoled her and said that I did not want any money from you. I'm just telling you this because I feel pity for this child. Anyway, I am not available at night in my clinic. I will take care of her, and the rest of the time I will take her to my home. If you trust me, then leave her here. What else did the mother of this child want? She was already worried and said, okay, I will leave her here. After she left, I asked the child, do you go to school? She told me everything. I suspected that maybe the school van driver or the driver must have done something to her that resulted in this, but it was not like that at all. The child did not tell me any such information, although she was not scared either. It seemed that the child did not know what had happened to her. She was completely relaxed. The child put her hand on her stomach and asked innocently, Dr. Sahiba, will I also have children? Will I become a mother? Yes, child, you will become a mother, but for this you need to be very careful. Also, you should not jump around. I stopped her from doing all this. I said, now you just have to take care of yourself, rest, etc. And pray for yourself, and try to remember that if someone has behaved inappropriately with you, then tell me the truth. She shook her head in denial and said that till today, no one has ever done anything like this to me. No one has said anything to me. I understood what she was saying, but was not able to believe it. The mother of the girl came the next day. She had halwa and many other dry things which she had brought for the child. She brought all that and gave it to me, and I kept it in the clinic. The mother of the girl also said that she would often come to meet her as per her status. The child used to remember her mother, but at the same time she was also worried about what was happening to her. Anyway, I kept her in the clinic. Her days were coming close. I was also worried that the case of this child should not take any unusual situation, that is, there should not be any complication, because I had told her mother that she need not worry. Her child's case is in my hands. I will not let it get ruined, nor will it affect her future. Anyway, that day also came when this child had a sudden death, gave birth to twin babies. On the day of birth, she gave birth to 2 beautiful babies. The babies were chubby, cute, and healthy. When I saw these babies, I was astonished that they were twin babies. I had never seen this happen till today. The health of this girl was very bad. I took her from the hospital. She took me straight to her house. Now she seemed like an old lady. I was feeling very sad about her condition. I tried to ask her again, but the girl did not know anything. Anyway, those children were hers. I strictly told her not to tell this to anyone at home. I told the truth to the girl's mother also, that I'd given those 2 twins to a childless couple. Now you need not worry about this. The girl's mother was now carefree from this side. She gave me thousands of rupees and said, "Thank you very much for helping me with this. You supported me in difficult times." I told my husband that I had left my daughter at my aunt's house. Anyway, he does not inform his children much, but if he had come to know, I do not know what he would have done. Saying this, the woman took her daughter from there and went away. In my opinion, she was now at peace. Her worries were also over, but I was remembering her daughter again and again. It seemed so, as if she wanted to tell me something, but was unable to do so due to trouble. She did not say anything further. After the girl left, the nurse present in my room told me a strange thing. Hearing this, I also started thinking. She said, "Don't you think that the actions of the girl's mother were somewhat suspicious?" She was right, because I also felt the same. But I shook my head because I did not want to read into useless things. Anyway, I did not pay much attention to this case. I did not even have the idea that this girl would have to come to me again, and I would have to see this girl again. In my opinion, this was the biggest problem that had come upon these people. I was completely sure that now that mother would take special care of her daughter and would not allow her to go out. Not only will she keep an eye on her every move, but she will also keep an eye on the people she meets. I had thought that this would be the first and the last incident that had come in this girl's life. But then it happened. I had not even thought of it. About 7 to 8 months had passed when that girl again entered my clinic. This time her mother was also with her, and the girl had put on a big dupatta. The girl's height had grown a lot. It seemed that there was some other issue in her life now. I thought that maybe there was some other issue for which she had come to me, but she left me shocked. I asked why she had come. She said that how could my daughter be going through such incidents again and again at such a young age? On the other hand, her mother had no idea about it, and neither did the girl. I said that how did all this happen? You had said that no person around your daughter could do such a thing. Then what is this? The girl's mother said while crying, "Dr. Sahiba, I do not know about this. My legs have been trembling since the time I have felt this way about my daughter. At least test her and find out whether whatever I am thinking is right or wrong, because till now I have not got her tested anywhere. You're already aware of my condition. That is why I have come directly to you. For God's sake, please check and tell me whether whatever I'm thinking is right or wrong. May Allah make everything that I think turn out to be false. Otherwise I will die while I am still alive. What excuse will I give to her that now such a storm will come into my life that my life will be ruined forever?" I consoled her and said, "No, mother, don't doubt me. First, let me check on your child. Until I get the test report, don't make any assumptions." But when I took her to the ultrasound room and did the ultrasound, the ground slipped from under my feet as soon as I saw the screen. My eyes were wide open. I could not even think that everything would happen again. I told the truth to the girl's mother as well. She said, "Don't say this. Tell her that all this is happening. There is some lie. I'm telling the truth, and I am ready to swear on the Quran that whatever I have said is correct. I do not know any culprit regarding my daughter. You will probably doubt me and think, what kind of a mother is this, who does not know even this small thing about her daughter, but I swear that I really cannot tell how all this has happened. I said that you need not worry because this matter would be cured by using medicine, and the problem that happened before would not occur. But if this happens again and again, your daughter's health will deteriorate because such matters are very dangerous for girls at a very young age. You also know this. How is her health? Firstly, she is young, and secondly, she is weak. You have to take care of her." Hearing this, her mother said that I would take care of her. "You just give her medicines, but tell me who is the culprit of my daughter's death." That woman started crying while sitting in my clinic. I said that I was also not able to understand this. I tried asking your daughter several times by using nafsiati herbs if she has any culprit in her eyes. She refused me and said that to date this has not happened, and neither has anyone done any such thing to me. I do not see any such person who has looked at me with an evil eye or tried to touch me. Whatever happens, happens suddenly. I did not know anything about this matter. I was surprised to hear this from the girl. I thought that maybe this would be the last time. Now, such a thing will not happen with this girl. But only a few days had passed since this incident. That is, it must have been only 2 to 3 months that woman again came to my clinic for the 3rd time with her child. This time I got angry after seeing her. I felt that these people were deliberately doing drama, because the child can't be born in expectation, and neither her mother nor the child knows about it. This time I did not even bother to do an ultrasound and just prescribe medicines, but the child's mother was very upset. Tears were flowing from her eyes and her hands were trembling. She said, "Where should I go if something like this happens to my child again? What will I do?" I said, "Madam, in today's time, no one is as stupid as you think me to be. Whatever is happening to your child, the culprit is present in your own house. Either you have married for the 2nd time, or your husband is the stepfather of this child, or there is some other matter which you do not want to tell me. If this is the case, then you should protect your child and keep her with you all the time, because I do not think that you can keep her with you all the time. If you keep her in front of your eyes, then can such a case happen?" The mother of this girl said, "Believe me, I do the same thing. I only send this girl to study. Apart from this, she is always in front of my eyes." While these talks were going on, another girl of about the same age entered my clinic with her mother. As soon as she saw me, she said that she had to talk to me about something important, and she had to talk alone. These people did not want to face each other. I saw that this woman also had a 12 to 13-year-old girl with her, and she was also standing worried. Tears were flowing from her eyes. I saw her. It seemed that her case was also similar. I sent the first woman to her home and came to the second one because she had come to my clinic for the first time and it was important to give them time. I went and sat near her and saw that her daughter was also suffering from stomach pain. She started saying that she was very worried about her daughter's stomach pain. Strange things are happening to her which only happen to married women. I looked at the girl, and after seeing her condition, I understood that the same thing was happening with the previous girl. I took her to the room for the ultrasound, but when I saw the ultrasound report, I screamed. The same thing happened with this girl as with the previous girl. This girl was also expecting. Now I started regretting this. I got upset after seeing this. I told the truth to her mother clearly that your girl is expecting. She sat down holding her head and said that I don't understand how this is possible. I also told her about the previous girl because now mothers need to think about this. After all these circumstances, I could not tolerate it anymore. I immediately contacted the police on behalf of these girls and told them the whole story, because the police are very infamous here, because people are afraid to take every matter to the police, especially when there are such matters where there are issues of daughters-in-law and daughters. Then people suppress the matter. If the matter reaches the police, then there will be a lot of disgrace. Well, luckily there was a very good police officer who investigated the whole case very confidentially. First of all, he found out the school of the girls with the help of a lady policeman in civilian clothes. It was found that the girls lived in the same locality and studied in the same school. The school was thoroughly investigated, but nothing suspicious was found. But when the police investigated the locality of the girls, they suspected a person whose name made the police officers fear that they might be killed. A person on whom even a finger could be pointed. If it was lifted, the whole locality would have stood up to defend it and testify. Yes, he was none other than the Imam of the mosque of this locality, Maulvi Rehmat Baksh. Here we are telling the real name of the Imam Mosque. Maulvi Rehmat Baksh was the Imam of the mosque of this locality for about 10 years and lived in a house attached to the mosque. He was punctual in prayers and fasting. He was always busy in prayer with a rosary in his hand. No one was ready to even doubt this person, let alone blame him. He taught the Holy Quran to all the girls of the locality without any greed or compensation. The boys would study in the courtyard and veranda of the mosque, but the girls were taught by his wife in her house behind the curtain. But about 3 years ago, his wife suddenly disappeared somewhere with their 4 children. Maulvi Sahab had told the people of the locality that he was silent in fear of God and used to cover his wife's character out of fear of Allah. Otherwise, his wife would not have been able to teach him anything. The wife had relations with other men, and she ran away from home with one of her old lovers. Then what happened was that the respect of Maulvi Sahab increased even more in the eyes of the people of the locality. If someone's child was ill, all the people of the locality would ask Maulvi Sahab for his blessings. Food was sent to Maulvi Sahab every day in turns. When the police investigated this matter, it was found that the girls of the locality, who earlier used to study the Quran from Maulvi Sahab's wife, now Maulvi Sahab himself teaches them in his house behind the curtains and often gives some food to the girls. When the police searched Maulvi Sahab's house in a very secretive manner, such things were revealed that the ground slipped from under everyone's feet. Such brutality was done by God. The same Maulvi Sahab, whom people considered to be a man of Allah, was intoxicated outside his house, and the unique police found immediately the Maulvi Sahab was picked up and investigated in their traditional style. The Maulvi Sahab confessed all his crimes like a parrot and narrated the disgusting story of his crimes. By mixing intoxicants and unique things in sweets and chocolates, he had made dozens of innocent girls the target of his brutality. These innocent girls did not even know who had made their lives hell. The Maulvi, whom their fathers considered a saint, was a devil. Later, it was also found out that the Maulvi's wife was a pious woman. The Maulvi himself had beaten her and thrown her out of the house along with the children in the dark of the night. Astaghfirullah, you all are requested by God to protect your children yourself. Often the people whom we trust the most are the ones who harm us the most. And never trust anyone in the matter of your children. This incident is a big lesson for all the parents. This is a lesson from our book. Talaq is a real and bad practice which is being done with innocent children. So keep a close eye on your children. Dear friends, please give charity with the intention of goodness and sawab. This was a warning video because children are innocent, they do not know they're good and bad. But as their parents, we have to protect our children from all these things. We have to keep them away from them. We have to make our children recognize good and bad, so every parent should warn their children about good touch and bad touch. Because in the direction our culture is going, neither our girls nor children are safe in this era. May Allah keep us and our children safe from such cruel people. Amen, O Rabbul Alameen.